mean my accessory's not supported? Fuck you, Apple. Hi guys! I've been on a kind of hiatus from musicals for a while now due to Shrek being over, so I thought that I would do the top 10 annoying musical theater characters. Oh, my battery's dying. Hang on, I gotta figure out if I can charge my computer. I was afraid of what they do. They ran away when they heard my cry. This is a very precarious setup I have. Move positioning so I don't have to change camera angles. And I have my cord at the edge of its limit to keep my computer plugged in. Oh shoot, I moved the camera. Ugh. Disclaimer. This top 10 is based on my personal opinion. Characters I find annoying from shows that I know. So I may have missed some characters because I don't know a show, or you may not agree that this character is annoying. Whatever.
Number 10. Young Bonnie and Young Clyde from Bonnie and Clyde.
Now, while it's true these two characters weren't really in the show much, if at all really, minus the first scene and a few little moments when they want to have a throwback to childhood wonder, just the way the two characters acted irked me. Young Clyde with his shooting in your face business and just running around with a little toy gun and constantly appearing in the show itself, talking about how he can solve all his problems with a gun. I can see the relevance it has to the story and why the young characters were kind of in it. They were just annoying kids. Maybe it's just my dislike of children. I found them annoying.
Number 9. Carlotta from Phantom of the Opera.
Now, I love Phantom of the Opera. It was my first opera. It's one of the main things that got me hooked into the musical theater world. But the character of Carlotta still bothers me. I don't know, maybe it's the diva complex or something, but the fact that she has such a beautiful voice and she's constantly flaunting it and blah blah blah, and her character flaunting it and showing everyone how amazing she is and getting all the lead roles, just, oh, I don't like divas. Not to mention she's the antagonist for Christine Daae, who is my spirit animal, so maybe I have a little bit of personal complex in there.
Number 8. Sandra Olsen from Grease.
Grease is not a show I particularly enjoy. I'm just not a huge fan of the ending. I mean, what I got out of it as a kid, not saying that this is relevant in my life right now, but Sandy basically changes herself because the guy she likes doesn't like her back for who she is. That's not a good message to send. Not to mention her goody two-shoes, nose in the book character wasn't exactly the best, but mainly the fact that she, in her mindset, changed who she was and the way she acted just to get a guy to like her so she could date him.
Number 7. LeFou from Beauty and the Beast.
If we're talking Disney movie or Broadway play, LeFou is still annoying. I understand his purpose in the show is to add comedic value and that kind of stuff, but oh, Lordy Lou. Lordy LeFou. I hate myself. His character was just there to follow Gaston around and make stupid jokes and just be there.
Number 6. Bud Frump from How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying.
I've done this show, and I was an ensemble member, and the kid who played Bud Frump in our school did the part perfectly. He was annoying as shit. Bud Frump's character is serving as the antagonist to the main character, whose name I forgot. J. Pierpont. He's just a whiny, needy little brat who thinks he deserves things because a family member of his is in a position of power. Favoritism pisses me off on levels I don't even want to talk about. And that is the main reason Bud Frump is on this list.
Number 5, Amber from Hairspray.
Amber and Bud Frump are kind of in the same boat here in terms of annoying. They're just whiny, bratty little kids who want everything and don't deserve it because they haven't done a shred of work. Amber, however, thinks she deserves anything because she's pretty and popular, and she's therefore queen, and everyone therefore must follow what she says. Once again, it's the antagonist on this list. I think I probably should have noticed the pattern of antagonists on this list.
Number 4, Cosette from Les Mis.
Where do I begin with this one? This is where some people might disagree with me. I've always had an issue with this character. Reason Ebonine has been my favorite for forever. Cosette serves no purpose. Cosette serves minimal purpose in the plot as a character. She's a plot device thrown into the movie. Because yes, without Cosette, Valjean wouldn't run from Javert, and there wouldn't be the whole plot of him running from Javert and joining the French Revolution and blah, 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 blah. Cosette barely speaks. Well, no one speaks in Les Mis, but you know what I mean. She's there to, as I said, move the plot along. She's the reason Valjean begins running from Javert, the one Marius falls in love with, and the reason he's conflicted about going to war. He's the one that Valjean saves, in which he confronts Javert and causes Javert suicide. Cosette is barely in any of these scenarios. She's just a name they mention and a pretty face. And every time she comes on scene, any powerful moment that is happening, if you listen to in terms of the music, turns sweet and lovely. And that bothers me, because Les Mis is a nitty-gritty show. There's lots of death and blood and heartbreak and like in Attack on Rue Plumet, after Ebonine, I don't know, fights off is the right word, but I'm going to say it, fights off her family to protect Marius and Cosette, who are probably having sex in the garden. All the music's like dun 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 dun. And then they run off, Marius and Ebonine, to get out, and then Valjean comes on and he's like, oh my god, Cosette, what happened? And the music's all epic, and the second she opens her mouth, it becomes da 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 da. We had a moment going, and you killed it!
Number 3, Bach from Wicked.
Bach is annoying because of how he goes about his love life, so to speak. It is very clearly stated that Bach, among other male characters, is in love with Galinda. And of course, Glinda doesn't like him back because she's Miss Pretty. A lot of people argue that Galinda's the annoying one in Wicked. I beg to differ. Galinda turns to Glinda and becomes a nice person. Bach sees a little shit the entire musical. Bach pretends to be in love with Nessa, Elphaba's younger sister, to make Glinda happy. And Nessa genuinely believes that Bach is in love with her. I mean, they go as far as her going off to, like, run the Munchkin land kingdom. I don't know what you would call that. This is a while after the dance in which Bach says that he loves her and thinks she's beautiful. He had all that time to realize Galinda or whatever didn't love him and that he didn't feel anything for Nessa. He had all that time to save himself all sorts of trouble. And then, when he tells Nessa that he doesn't really love her and she uses Elphaba's spellbook to try to curse him and nearly kills him, he still blames Elphaba for what happens. Elphaba turned him into tin to save him. And yet he still goes on to the entire Munchkin Kingdom land and says to them, Elphaba did this. Elphaba's the reason I'm like this. She's the reason the lion's like this. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, Bach. Stop.
Number 2. Logan Schwartz and from the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee.
Okay, this character was designed to be annoying, I'm positive. But that doesn't excuse it. Logan is the youngest contestant at the spelling bee. I believe she's like 12, 13. It depends on like whoever's playing them. They pick the age, but it's got to be around there somewhere. She speaks with a lisp, which is annoying in and of itself. And I might get hate for this comment, but I'm going to make it anyway. Her constant need to brag, I guess brag is the word I'm going to use there, about her gay fathers. You can mention it once. That's fine. But in most scenes where she talks, she's talking about sexuality. She's mentioning how she has 2 dads. In her song, she talks about her 2 dads. She has moments with her dads on stage. We understand, okay? You don't need to keep going on about it. At least 5 times in the show itself. Once was enough. The only acceptable thing is in the show when the host or hostess, depending on, is announcing your name and they say, Miss Schwartz and is the leader of the Gay Straight Alliance at her school. That is the only other time you are allowed to mention the choice thing. It's supposed to be a comedy thing, but I've never really found it all that funny. Just annoying and redundant.
And the number 1 most annoying musical theater character is Vanessa from In the Heights.
I love this musical. I love it with every fiber of my being. However, Vanessa needs to stop. Vanessa is another whiny little brat, in my opinion. She's constantly talking about how much she hates where she is and where she's living and how she wants to get out and move on to the big city. I understand that feeling. I want nothing more than to get out of this town and move on. That's like my dream. But I'm not always talking to the other people in the town who are happy about how much I hate it here. The song Carnaval de Barrio, they're all singing and dancing and having a good time and trying to make light of a situation. Their power's out. It's the middle of the summer. They're all hot. Nina's dropped out of college. Her parents are closing down their company. Everything's shutting down. They're all having a street party. They have a radio. They have the fire hydrants open. They're singing and dancing and talking about what they love about their heritage and who they are. And Vanessa just bursts into the middle of this scene and talks about this town sucks. What does she say? She says, why is everyone so happy? We're sweating and we have no power. You can't even, we have no power. We're sweating, she says, why is everyone so happy? We're sweating and we have no power. I gotta get out of here soon. This town's getting worse by the hour. You can't even go to a club with a friend without having somebody shove you. She's in the middle of this happy celebration. She's shoving in all this negativity that she has. Another reason I hate her is because the main lead, Usnavi, is in love with her, of course. It's oblivious to this. It's revealed that she's kind of like, wait, really? I didn't know that. But it's alluded to in other scenes that she does like him back. Usnavi, the guy that's in love with her, wants to leave too, but at least he's not being annoying about it. He wants to go back to his home country in the Dominican Republic, where his parents grew up, before they moved to the city and had him. That's all he's wanted. He's dreamed about it for a while. But he's not constantly talking about it. He mentions once or twice in a few songs like, if I could, I'd go back to the Dominican, but I can't considering where I am right now. So I'm fine with where I am. That's great. He's doing it right. If Vanessa, who has the same kind of ideology, she doesn't want to be where she is, but she can't leave, if she was just less annoying and loud about it, she'd be golden. It's the fact that she doesn't stop. A few of the characters want to go back to where they are. Abuela wants to go back to Havana. Nina wants to go back to Puerto Rico. And, like I said, Usnavi wants to go back to the Dominican. They all have this desire to leave because they're not completely happy where they are. Vanessa is the only one who's constantly reminding everyone how much she hates it there and how much she doesn't like living there and how she wants to get out and pushing all this negativity on everyone when they don't really deserve it. They've all got shit lives down there anyway. I mean, they don't need to hear about Vanessa's problems all the time. She doesn't talk with other people about what their problems are. So she's selfish is the word I've been missing. So, that was my list of top 10 most annoying musical theater characters. Agree or disagree at your leisure. Hope you enjoyed. Stay beautiful.